The sky over Redwater Valley had always been unpredictable, but that evening, as cold wind rattled the burnt grass and thunder rolled like distant cannon fire, Noah Granger swore the land was trying to speak, to warn. He tightened his coat and kept walking down the dirt road, boots sinking in wet clay, the smell of rain-soaked dust rising all around him. He was a rancher by blood but a wanderer by circumstance, a man who once had everything, a thriving ranch, a father whose wisdom guided him, a mother with a gentle voice that softened even the harshest winters, and a brother he had sworn to protect. But one wildfire had taken it all. The flames had been merciless, swallowing barns, fences, livestock, and the home his family built with their own hands. Only Noah survived, and the guilt ate at him like fire under the skin. Since then, he had drifted from town to town doing what work he could, avoiding mirrors, avoiding memories, trying to outrun the echo of his brother's last cry. That was why he found himself at Mason Greeley's farm that day, responding to a flyer pinned to the general store's board, horse for sale, strong, fast, well-trained. Perfect for someone trying to rebuild. When Noah arrived, the place felt wrong. Too quiet. The fencing sagged, the trees leaned like they were tired of standing, and the farmhouse windows stared blankly like they had seen something they wished they could forget. Mason himself looked hollow, eyes shadowed, voice dry. "You here for the horse?" he asked. Noah nodded. Mason led him out back to the barn, and there, in the dim light, stood a tall black horse with a coat so dark it swallowed the shadows around it. Its mane shimmered like wet river rock, sleek and impossibly smooth. And its eyes, those eyes stopped Noah cold. They were intelligent. Not in the way all horses seemed aware, but knowing. As if it saw him, not his face, not his clothes, but the grief buried behind his bones. "He's quiet," Mason said, though his voice seemed uncertain. "Strange one. Don't spook easy. Don't fight. Just," he hesitated. "Just needs a rider." Noah approached slowly. The horse didn't flinch. Didn't shift. Just watched him with unnerving stillness. He raised a hand and rested it gently on the creature's forehead. Warm. Steady. Strong. And then, something flickered behind those eyes. Like recognition. But Noah brushed it off, blaming the exhaustion that sleep never cured. He bought the horse with what little money he had left and led it out into the open road just as the storm began to gather overhead. The wind howled like wolves mourning. The earth trembled with the first strike of thunder. And yet the horse walked calmly beside him, step for step, as though it knew exactly where to go. Noah tried speaking to it, more to soothe himself than the animal. "Guess it's just you and me now," he murmured. "We'll make do. And perhaps, just perhaps, start over." They traveled until the rain began to hammer the world, drumming on the saddle, splattering the dirt into thick mud. The sky was a bruise of purple and gray, lightning ripping it open again and again. And then, at the height of the storm, when thunder cracked so loud it shook the ground, Noah heard it. A voice. Not outside. Not in the wind. But right beside him. Noah. He stopped so sharply the reins slipped from his numb fingers. His heart slammed against his ribs. Rain stung his eyes, but he looked at the horse, and the horse looked back. Its eyes glowed faintly, not with light, but recognition so deep it froze the breath in his lungs. "Noah," the voice said again, soft as a memory, raw as a wound. The horse had spoken. Or, something had spoken through it. Noah stumbled backward, boots skidding. No, but the voice came again, more familiar this time, so familiar it punched the air from his chest. "You promised you wouldn't leave me." His brother's voice. His brother Jacob. The one he lost in the fire. Noah's vision blurred with rain and tears that burned hotter than the storm. Jacob. The storm roared, lightning clawing across the sky like something alive. The horse stepped closer, slow, deliberate. "You ran," the voice whispered. "You left me." Noah shook his head violently. "I tried. I came back, I tried," but his own words dissolved. Because he remembered. The smoke. The beams collapsing. Jacob's hand slipping from his. The guilt flooded back so sharply he nearly collapsed. And yet, the horse did not scold him. Did not rage. Instead its eyes softened with impossible sorrow. The voice changed, not accusing anymore. hurt, gentle, loving. Noah. I never blamed you. The storm suddenly felt far away, like the world had fallen into a hush so deep it could drown a man. Noah dropped to his knees in the mud. The horse lowered its head beside him. Thunder rolled like the slow closing of a distant door. Why are you here? Noah whispered. The voice answered, to guide you back. You are not done living. The words hit harder than any accusation could. Because grief had not just taken Noah's family, it had taken his will to continue. And something beyond this world had crossed the river between life and death to return it to him. The storm began to calm. The rain slowed. The clouds thinned. Noah rose slowly, gripping the reins, not to control the horse, but to steady himself. The horse breathed, warm and real, no longer speaking, no longer glowing. Just a horse. But not just anything. A companion. A reminder. A bridge. Noah wiped his eyes, steadied his voice, and whispered, okay. I won't run anymore. The horse stepped forward, waiting for him to mount. And together, they walked toward the dawn rising faintly on the horizon, toward life again. Toward forgiveness. Toward home. And if you're listening to this story right now, if something in your heart feels heavy or unfinished or aching for peace, remember, you are not done living either. The storm has not won. Your story isn't over. Keep going. Keep writing. Keep breathing. And if you felt this story at sunrise, Noah rode the black horse toward the valley, heart still trembling. The horse no longer spoke, yet its presence felt like Jacob walking beside him. Townsfolk stared as he passed, whispers rising, rumors spreading of a man who rode with a ghost. Noah didn't mind. For the first time in years, his steps had purpose. And somewhere deep within, he knew the storm had only begun, because some spirits return not to haunt, but to lead.